Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube. Kevin Rogers and Holden Kushner with you as we take a look at Week 13 NFL contest picks. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, but now we'll try to give you some winners here. 2 picks from me, 2 picks from Holden, and a consensus pick at the end. So let's begin. Holden Kushner with pick number 1.
Yeah, I like the Niners +2 today, taking on the Buffalo Bills. This one is this in Arizona? Where is this game anymore? Where are the Niners playing? Yeah, we're going down to Arizona, so Buffalo has to go back to Arizona where they played the Cardinals earlier. Listen, I really like this San Francisco team now that the pieces are starting to come back. I was not surprised that the defense stepped up now that Richard Sherman was back. He takes away half a field, so Stephon Diggs can be in for a long day. They get all the yak daddies. Brandon Ayuk, yards after the catch. Debo back. Ayuk back this week. Mostert back. All these guys could just bust big ones. As far as Josh Allen goes, listen, he's the guy that's going to face a San Francisco defense that's forced the 4th most hurries in the NFL. Trent Williams is back on the San Francisco offensive line, so I'm not too worried about the Bills defense putting too much pressure on Mullins, which is important because he's not a good quarterback, but he should have time. I just like the explosive plays here. I think Buffalo having trouble running the ball is going to hurt them too. Give me the Niners as a dog here, +2.
And Buffalo scored 33 points in their 2 primetime games this year, both losses to the Titans and Chiefs. So we'll see if that happens again. For my first pick, Holden, I'm going to stay in Arizona. The Sunday game, Rams and Cardinals at State Farm Stadium. And the Rams have won 6 straight against the Cardinals the last few years. Sean McVay has never lost to Arizona. But I do like the Cardinals here in this one, getting a field goal. Arizona has lost 3 of 4, but when you look back at it, they had a last-minute loss to the Dolphins, last-second loss to the Patriots, had a chance to tie Seattle late, and they ended up losing that game on the Thursday night. They probably should have lost to Buffalo. We all know that, but they won that game. But you're getting Arizona with some points here at home, and the Rams off that tough loss to San Francisco in the final seconds last week. The Rams have lost their last 2 as a road favorite at the Dolphins and at the Niners. I think Arizona breaks through here, and they get a big home win over L.A., and that's my first pick. Holden, your second pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans, 5.5-point favorites against the Cleveland Browns. This one's in Nashville. I think that the Browns are the worst 8-3 team ever. Much like we were talking about the Bears being the worst 5-1 team ever and watching them collapse. Once the Browns play good competition, Baker Mayfield goes just right down the toilet. It's awful. So here's the deal. At or above 500, he has 4 touchdowns and 5 picks, and the team is 1-3. Sub 500 teams, Baker Mayfield, 13-2 TD to interception ratio. I mean, this guy is going to struggle. They're taking on December Henry. I mean, who wants to mess with Derrick Henry here? I get it. You know, the Browns can run the ball too. I just think Baker Mayfield, if they have to play any sort of catch up, is going to turn the ball over. Tennessee's going to be in a good position. And I'm not saying that this is going to be a 21-point victory for the Titans, but I would feel comfortable with this up to 6.5.
Now, the only win the Browns had against an over 500 team is the Indianapolis Colts. And that's who I'm taking as my second pick.
Ooh, nice
How
tie-in.
about that transition there? Indianapolis at Houston, first time they're meeting this season. They actually are going to hook up 2 times the next 3 weeks. But the Colts here, about a field goal, 3.5-point favorite at the Texans. Houston's played much better since the Bill O'Brien firing. And they're off wins over the Patriots and Lions the last 2 weeks. And when you look at Indianapolis off this horrible performance against Tennessee, like you mentioned, Derrick Henry ran all over them last week. But the Colts, since losing the opener to Jacksonville, 3-0 straight up and against the spread as a road favorite in their last 3 opportunities. So they take care of business here on the road. Also off a loss, the last 3 times they've scored 28, 31, and 34 points. So the offense has showed up as well. I think Indianapolis has a nice bounce back here against Houston. And depending on what happens with the Tennessee game, can the Colts tie the Titans for the top spot in the AFC South? We'll see. But Indianapolis here, I think they catch Houston, where the Texans are playing better. There's no doubt about that. But I think the Colts get them this week. So I'm going to take the Colts with my second pick. And now time for our consensus selection. And we went with this matchup a few weeks ago. We lost, so we're going to do it again.
You did?
Yeah, we did. New Orleans, Atlanta. We took the Falcons and lost.
Oh, it can't happen twice, right? Just
Well, we
law of
thought
averages.
Jameis Winston was starting, and then Taysom Hill came in.
Well, this week we know Taysom Hill is starting, right?
And also on the flip side, the Falcons aren't starting a running back or receiver at quarterback like the Broncos did last week. So they're facing Matt Ryan.
I must say that to this point, the Saints defense has just really been remarkable. They have. I mean, they've shut down the run. They've been good against the pass. They've been there. But make no mistake, K-Rod, this is a different team, offensively. There's no more dump downs to Kamara. Now it's grind it out, throw short passes, see what you can do that way. And ever since the switch, I'd say especially over the last month or so, Atlanta's played really good football. Defensively is where I'm seeing it. Defensively, they are really stepping up. Their secondary has been almost shut down. They made Derek Carr's not a good quarterback. He's an average quarterback. They made him look like, I don't know, who the heck? Hinton? This is who started for the Broncos. What a train wreck that was. That was just fun to watch because it was so freaky. Anyways, yes, I like the Falcons to cover this week. I just think defensively, this is a much better team than we even saw, a few weeks ago.
And when you look back at the opening numbers this year, Holden, when Dan Quinn was the head coach, they were giving up 30-plus points a game.
Yeah.
And now that number's going backwards, which is a good thing under Raheem Morris. And, we'll see what Julio Jones' status is for this week. But I think that the Falcons here, they get some revenge against the Saints. And also they're playing well off that Raiders win. And they're not going to probably replicate that against the Saints, who obviously are much better than the Raiders. But I think Atlanta here, this is a really good spot for them. And New Orleans off that big win at Denver last week. Granted, you just had to show up in that game when you're not facing another quarterback. I think Matt Ryan has a good game coming up on Sunday. So our consensus pick this week, the Atlanta Falcons. Let's review our picks for week 13 in the NFL. Holden is going to back the 49ers against the Bills on Monday night. Also the Titans against the Browns on Sunday. I'm going to take the Cardinals at home against the Rams and also the Colts on the road against the Houston Texans. And our consensus pick, the Atlanta Falcons, take 2. We'll see if it works out against the Saints this time in Atlanta. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Vegas Insider. We have Sunday night picks, Broncos, Chiefs, Monday night picks, the football team against the Steelers, as well as the Bills and the 49ers. For Holden Kushner, I'm Kevin Rogers. Thanks for watching, and best of luck with your bets.